Welcome to the Phoenix News Report. Tonight, a comedian delivers Puerto Rican voters for Kamala Harris while she tries to make like Bob Seger and turn the page. But can America take a joke? We investigate. But look, the election is next week and we're gonna talk about politics. But first, can we just take a little break and do some fun stories?
Oh my God, yes, please. The screaming in my brain is so loud.
Okay, great. Let's start with the animal kingdom. Can an elephant sue to leave a zoo? Can animals become lawyers? Can Mudang finally follow her dreams and become a surgeon? Joking aside, except for Mudang, she should be allowed to follow her dreams. Just look at her. Colorado's top court must decide if elephants qualify as, quote, non-human persons, which the justices worry may snowball into all sorts of wacky hijinks. Like, who do those elephants think they are? Corporations?
In bird news, the red-cocked woodpecker, stop snickering, has been taken off the endangered species list. While still considered threatened, there are now enough red cocks flying, this is serious, don't giggle, to no longer need protection. Stop it. The peckers often found in areas with lots of freestanding wood and poking around thick bushes. You're a child. Have been endangered since the 1970s. It's hoped that the red-cocked woodpeckers will whip out, of the threatened category to swell and grow, Jesus Christ, their population for generations to come. You can identify these birds in the wild by looking for their giant red cocks and woody peckers.
A new study seems to suggest that chickens gain a nugget of hope when presented with learning opportunities. Though the bar is very low when it comes to animals raised exclusively to be deep fried and smothered in buffalo sauce, the chickens reported feeling a new lease on life and are even looking into coding boot camps. Those dumb motherfuckers.
The objectifying, unwoke Stepford husbands of the Bureau of Land Management have posted photos of bats to Facebook to be rated by an internet of perverts based on just their perceived beauty. Wholly without their consent, Batman and Batwoman alike will be diminished, humiliated, and potentially emotionally scarred. Well, Bureau of Land Management, maybe this tacky little beauty pageant stunt will save your jobs if Trump gets back in the White House. But I hope you're all ashamed of yourselves.
Good grief, there's been an unbelievable cheese theft. A group of British cheesemakers have lost 300,000 pounds in a scam where 22 tons of cheese was delivered to someone pretending to be a French wholesaler.
So, I get that you could eat a couple pounds of cheese with no problem. Mm-hmm. But what would you do if you had 22 tons of fancy cheese? Do you sell it all at the dark dairy market? Or do you use it to get in the Guinness Book of World Records as the person who ate the most cheese? I mean, either way, good luck pooping later.
Okay, that was nice. I think I'm ready to talk about politics now. This week, both candidates gave their closing arguments of the campaign. Kamala said all the things that you would want a non-crazy person running for leader of the free world to say because she wasn't in the throes of fascist dementia. Fashmentia? Is that a word?
It is now.
Cool. Meanwhile, Trump decided to piss off all the Black and Latino voters who had been drifting his way with the help of roast comedian Tony Hinchcliffe. The comedian called Puerto Rico a floating pile of garbage, made a watermelon joke about Black people, and then joked about Latinos invading our country like an army of sperm.
Thus began the avalanche of gaslighting. Hinchcliffe tweeted that these people have no sense of humor, and his bit about Puerto Rico was taken out of context. We can only assume that the context was that right before he said something to the effect of, "The guys that kidnapped me have asked me to make a statement."
Now, Trump tried to distance himself from the comedian.
I have no idea who he is. Somebody said there was a comedian that joked about Puerto Rico or something, and I have no idea who he was. Never saw him, never heard of him.
Yep, Trump is pure as the driven snow here, and it's all that darn comedian's fault. They don't share any values whatsoever.
No, or, hey, how about you just chill out, all right? That was essentially J.D. Vance's argument.
But I think that we have to stop getting so offended at every little thing in the United States of America. I'm so over it.
Now, we'll get back to the rally in a minute, but first I want to take a little detour because something similar happened over on CNN this week. Mehdi Hasan, a pro-Palestinian Muslim, got into a verbal sparring match with conservative commentator Ryan Girdusky.
You don't call an anti-Semite more than anyone else's table. Yeah. And people would sit there and... No, by me. I never called you an anti-Semite. Okay. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying
I'm a supporter of the Palestinians, so I'm used to it.
Yeah, I hope your beeper doesn't go off. The thing is that...
Did you just say I should die?
You should not.
No,
Did you just say I should be killed?
No, I did not say that. No, I did not say that.
Now, Girdusky has been permanently booted from CNN, and he responded by tweeting, "Apparently you can't go on CNN if you make a joke." Geez, America, can't you take a joke? And I can't begin to tell you how much I love Can't You Take a Joke. I tell jokes all the time, and this means I never have to be responsible for any of them. If I say something horrible and the Russian MAGA troll farm bots start bum rushing the comments section, I can just be like, "What's the matter? Can't you take a joke?" And I am immediately absolved of all comedic sins, like the Pope himself dipped me in holy water. You see, once you say, "Can't you take a joke?" something magical happens. Before you say a joke, it's Schrodinger's joke. Is it funny or is it not funny? But instead of letting the audience decide by laughing or booing, you get to decide for them. You just say the magic words anytime they don't laugh, and bam, whatever you said is automatically hilarious, and anyone who doesn't think so is a joyless prude that's trying to cancel you. Austin, go ahead, insult me.
But I don't wanna.
No, it's okay. Just call me Whiter Than a New Vampire Weekend album.
I would never do that, although it is extremely true.
But you're just joking around, right?
I guess.
Great, then I can't punch you in the face over it.
Oh my God, that's a good. She has a nasty right hook.
Oh my God, this is going to save me so much time. I never have to worry ever again about self-reflection or personal growth, because anytime someone doesn't like what I have to say, I can just, "Can't you take a joke 'em?" And then I am the hilarious victim of their cancel crusade. Thank you, gentlemen, for showing me the way. And if any of you watching hate anything about this show, just know it's all your fault.
Now, to be fair, Tony Hinchcliffe wasn't the only one putting his foot in his mouth this week. When Biden tried to express his outrage about the remarks, it didn't go so well.
They're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization is seen as unconscionable.
Now Biden has clarified that he didn't mean all Trump supporters are garbage. He meant Trump supporters with an apostrophe, aka Mr. Funny Comedian Guy. But that didn't stop the MAGA faithful from freaking out about being called garbage, even though one of them said liberals should be slaughtered just a few short days ago.
We need to slaughter this other people.
But yes, you're mad about being called garbage. Got it. And I think I know the one guy who can put this into perspective. J.D. Vance.
I think that we have to stop getting so offended at every little thing in the United States of America. I'm so over it.
Fair. Feel better?
Texas Democrats have spent $5 million to defeat Ted Cruz, and while I rabidly support ousting that a-hole, I find that expense unconscionable. For God's sake, they could have just bought Cruz for less than half of that.
Thanks to some wild redistricting, parts of New York State that used to be solidly Republican are now up for grabs, and the Dems are fighting hard for one particular district in, get this, Central New York. I, for one, am pissed. As a Texan, I, like you, have lived my whole life with the clear understanding that New York State is composed of two, and only two, parts: New York City and upstate New York. Never has another part of the state been mentioned, named, or referenced, not ever. But now, out of the blue, just to get some votes, Democrats, my people, have gone up into reality by adding a whole new part of New York. No! Put it back the way it was, you bastards! We've all got way too much on our plates for this right now.
We are all aware of how difficult immigrating to the U.S. can be. It doesn't matter if you're broke or if you're a kid carrying your father's emeralds in your pockets. Becoming a U.S. immigrant is tough. Just ask Elon Musk. According to the Washington Post, Elon has been unclear about his immigration status for decades. Did Elon have a J-1 visa that transitioned to an H-1B visa? I guess what's most interesting is that Elon thinks that visas can transition, but doesn't think that humans can.
The popular black insurrectionist account on Twitter that spread anti-Harris conspiracy theories was reportedly run by a white guy. That's right, Jason G. Palmer is the guy that's been running the account and was recently found out to have a checkered legal history and to not be a black person. Yep, he's a white guy running a black Twitter account on behalf of Donald Trump. Wow, black people are right. White people love everything about black people, other than black people.
Is Australia better than the United States? Normally, I would say absolutely not. Have you seen the size of their spiders? But every once in a while, Oz gets the edge. For instance, Candace Owens was trying to book a speaking tour in Australia, but Immigration Minister Tony Burke denied her visa request and said, quote, Australia's national interest is best served when Candace Owens is somewhere else. Oh my gosh, us too. Australia, we should hang out. We have so much in common. Y'all gotta do something about those spiders though.
And finally tonight, with the election next week, we wanted to give you some tips on how to talk to your kids about who you voted for.
If you voted for Kamala Harris, you can say, you're welcome. Now, don't fuck it up like we did in 2016.
And if you voted for Trump, try, I know, but for some reason I didn't think about how Trump was always one inhaled fried chicken wing away from death. And now we've got 4 years of President JD. Now put on your radiation suit, there's another hurricane coming. And they've already nuked it.
For our Spanish-speaking viewers that voted for Kamala, todo va a estar bien. La puta naranja se fue.
And for our Spanish-speaking viewers who voted for Trump, lo siento, mijo. Piensa que si era iránico. Bienvenido a Canada.
That wraps up this week. What the fuck are you wearing?
It's my Halloween costume.
Who are you supposed to be?
Dude, I'm a sexy JD Vance.
There's nothing sexy about JD Vance.
Fine, you know what? I'm gonna go sit on your couch.
No, you stay here. You are not allowed next to the couch. Okay, here's the deal. Election night, live. We will be live streaming. We will be comforting you in your time of need and quite possibly comforting ourselves. We will be having some drinks. We will be eating our feelings. We will be watching Steve Kornacki, and we are going to get through this thing together, okay? So please join us. Go to the live tab at the top of our channel to grab that link. And in the meantime, take care of yourselves and love you.
Bye.
Explain to me what's happening with the chain.
Okay, that's the sexy part. It's part of the sexy part. Because okay, look here.
Is it? It's an interesting choice. This whole thing is an interesting choice. The eyeliner.
Guyliner. Mascara.
Is this the first time that you've put that on?
I don't think I have to tell you everything. What I do when I'm not at work really isn't your business, honestly.
Yes,
but
you're right. Is this velvet? Is this velour? What are we doing here?
This is style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fuzzy.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to sell you a suit and a warranty that means nothing. So what are you doing for Halloween? What are you dressing up as?
I was thinking of going as Marjorie Taylor Greene. I have a wig.
Jesus, no.
See it?
There are children.
Hold on, let me get the wig.
Go get the wig.
You'll like this. I do not know why you guys cannot see that you are being manipulated by Jewish space lasers from the moon.
I mean, first off, all right, yes, I said Donald Trump is America's Hitler. But I think it was pretty clear from the context that I meant that in a good way. Like, yeah, finally we got one. Like I ordered it from Amazon and it arrived.
Yes, JD Vance is a patriot.
I am.
As of last year when he switched his entire personality
that was then, yeah.
to become Trump's running mate. Okay, do not confuse me with Lauren Boebert because she is a cunt.
It's true. She is the C word, not the Kamala C word. No.
And on Election Day, we will see her next Tuesday, which actually is next Tuesday's Election Day.
Wow. Yeah.
That'd be a fun little pun.
That's weird. I swear to you, if you vote for Trump, I will bring this back every week. Every week.
You don't want that. You don't want that.
I don't want that.
No.
I bought the cheap stuff for this. It burns so bad.
This is as painful as a CrossFit injury. Okay?
Oh,
we do
God.
not need this in our world.
Anyway, Lauren. Nope, not Lauren. I'm sorry. Which one are you?
I will punch you into next week if you call me Lauren Boebert one more time.
I'm into it.